We're going to wrap our thread. We're going to wrap our thread. This fly, I like to make a ball of thread at the bend here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that ball to splay my microfibers. So you got to build up a nice little ball there. I'm going to measure. Dip them, and then I'm going to wrap back to the ball. And this will splay those fibers, because if you don't splay them, they will just soak up water like a paintbrush. The fly will sink. So you want to keep them right on top and splay them out. Here we go. They're splayed. Now, a little dubbing for the body. Now I'll take this thread and come back over that dubbing material and pull it down nice and tight. Make a real tight body, and the thread is matched to that, so it just makes a nice body. I'm going to take some parapost. Parapost comes in different varieties. I like this kind, and it's actually too thick here, so I'm going to split it and make two pieces. Save that one for another fly. And this piece here will tie several parachutes. So I'm going to get it nice and neat, and I'm going to trim it here. So I'm going to take this, pinch it, and wrap it. Alright, keep wrapping back. Now I'm going to pull this forward. I'm going to make a thread dam behind it, and that thread dam will help hold that parachute up straight. Alright, so now I'm going to rotate this fly. And it's hard to do because I'm trying to show it on the camera, but I'm going to wrap my thread around that post up quite a ways, because that's where you actually get your post. You got to build a nice post, and oops, this is the hardest part. Just finding out how hard you can pull without unravel everything. So there we go. Really helps to have a rotating vise. Okay. Now for the thorax. Since we're not using a hackle, we're just using dubbing and CDC material. Normally I would put my hackle on now before I do my thorax. So I'm going to wrap up to the eye with this big beefy thorax. Make it really look buggy. And then around the post and back down on my side. Very important part of the process here. There you go. Gonna split that thread. Now I'm gonna take a dubbing needle, or I'm gonna take my hackle pliers and keep them split for now. Okay? That's just to hold it open. And we don't want that to lose that. Now, this is the fun part. We're gonna take our CDC material and then pluck it. Pull the pieces off of it and keep them in a big wad. Take another feather, bring it up here, we're going to pluck it. And what we're doing is we're just collecting material. And we're going to collect the material. We're going to collect more material. Now I'm going to pinch this down like that and cut those little curly cues off. Okay. Now I'm simply going to find our split thread here. There's our thread split. Okay, keep the thread split. Now, I'm simply going to just take this CDC material and bring it up between these two and let the thread close on it. Okay. And as you bring it up tight, it's going to spin a little bit because the thread is coming back. Okay. So now we got it nice and tight. Now we're just going to wrap this around our post. Alright. Make it look as buggy as possible. And it just naturally does that, of course, being CDC material. It floats well and it looks buggy, and this is one awesome fly. Now the tricky part is to get this thread up through the CDC up to the top, where we're just going to do a half hitch real quick. We'll do a half hitch real quick around the post. Keep it all tight and slide that knot down. Now we're going to do another half hitch. Slide that down. There we go. Okay. I'm going to cut our thread. Okay. Now my secret is Zap-A-Gap. I've talked about it before. Secret is Zap-A-Gap. Put a little dot on my bench. Use my dubbing needle. And I'm just going to touch the thread that I tied on. There we go. That's going to hold that fly pretty good. Now we're going to give it a haircut and cut that wing as high or short or tall or long as you want. And there you have it. A sulfur CDC Chute. Little buggy fly. Guaranteed to catch a trout.